Meanwhile, the White House has announced plans to purchase Greenland from Denmark as tensions rise over the possible threat of a US takeover.
Will you take military intervention off the table?
I'm not here to talk about Denmark or military intervention. I'll be meeting with them next week. The president always retained the option. Every president, not this president, every president always retains the option. I'm not talking about Greenland. I'm just talking about globally. If the president identifies a threat to the national security of the United States, every president retains the option to address it through military means.
The acquisition of Greenland by the United States is not a new idea. This is something that presidents dating back to the 1800s have said is advantageous for America's national security. All options are always on the table for President Trump as he examines what's in the best interests of the United States. But I will just say that the president's first option always has been diplomacy.
So clearly a lot of claim and counterclaim and a delicate diplomatic balancing act for European nations wanting America's help when it comes to the war between Ukraine and Russia. Dominic Waghorn has more for us.
On the one hand, you've got the Danes, Mette Frederiksen, speaking to press overnight, taking an even firmer line, really, saying any attack on Greenland would be an attack on Europe, warning America against any kind of advances on Greenland, and saying that the whole of Europe is lining up behind her. She also says, and we've heard from the Canadians themselves, saying that they are behind this. So it's not just the Europeans, it's also other allies of Denmark lining up behind the Danes. Frederiksen saying this is a very serious situation. On the other hand, none of that seems to be deterring Donald Trump from contemplating the worst in the minds of Europeans. The White House saying that he's even considering military options in terms of taking Greenland. He insists that he has to take Greenland even though America has no right to the island, saying he needs it for national security reasons, but also has an eye on Greenland's minerals. And the Americans are saying that they are confident that by the end of Donald Trump's second term in office, Greenland will be American. Greenlanders are resigned, I think, the ones we've spoken to, that this is continuing. They are now used to Donald Trump making advances and saying that he wants Greenland. Some actually would like the idea. A very small minority are favourable to the idea. They believe that Denmark has been a kind of colonial overlord for too long of Greenland. But the overwhelming majority agree with the Prime Minister of Denmark and also their leader in Greenland here as well, that this has got to stop, that it's time for Donald Trump's fantasies, as the Greenland Prime Minister put it, to come to an end. That Greenland is Danish, it's European, and it should stay that way.